To talk about the 3-turn sequence that I did with Isla for Start 2. First question, did I identify the learning style of the athlete? So for Isla, I would say she is kinesthetic, but again, I did hit all of the learning styles throughout her lesson. So auditory, explaining the movements, and then visual, showing the movements, and then kinesthetic, I had her try as well. Also holding her and placing her where she needs to be to kind of understand the feeling. Did I adjust my delivery? Yes, so I hit all of them. Did she progress as well as expected? Yes, Isla did, especially when we did all of the progressions. I found that very helpful for her to just kind of break it down, and then throwing it all together on the line made sense because you can still go one at a time and think about each of those progressions. How can I continue pushing their development? So for her lesson, I kept her on the line because she has to do 4 consecutive. And as she was getting it, I should have took her around the perimeter of the ice and had her practice without the line, because then I can put that into a program down the road, a free skate program, instead of just being comfortable on the line. So I would have got her to get more speed into it, practice it with that speed and flow and control around the perimeter of the ice. So that would have been a really good practice for her and a great way to continue to push her development. Let's see. Was I able to identify the errors of the skill? Yes. She was very tilty, dropping her her skating side, so we had a hard time controlling the 3 turns. And her hips really like to go back with bringing her chest forward, which then brings her to her toe picks. And I explained all of this to her in her lesson, but of course it's going to take some time and repetition to really get the feel for it. And I think using the tilting like a teeter-totter analogy really helped her kind of understand that we want the level shoulders and level arms when she does her 3 turn. What else? Was my feedback clear, supportive, and offer constructive advice for improvement? I think so, yes. The only thing I would have changed there was I was really trying to get her to bring her free leg in toe to heel when she was turning her 3 turns. And she did start to get the hang of it near the end of the lesson. I do think there were other ways I could have approached that instead of just saying toe to heel, because it wasn't really clicking right away. So maybe talking more about the rise up as you turn, kind of drawing everything in as she does the 3 turn would have helped bring it toe to heel and that correct foot placement. Checking the turn, if I had more time, I would have gone into more explanation of what checking the turn means and what her skating side would be. But again, 15 minutes, and I kind of touched on it, but not enough for her to understand. So next lesson, I would go into more detail on how to control it, how to stop the rotation by keeping that skating side strong and checking the turn. What can I improve in the lesson next time? So I had a couple notes here. Oh, for adding more development and pushing the skater, I would add arms once it looks more controlled, so that when we do put it in the program, it will have a little flair as well. I would have gotten her to go around the perimeter of the ice, talk more about the rise up in the 3 turn, and explained the checking of the turn a little bit more. As far as progressions go, I found that very helpful, so that was pretty good in that sense, with the outside edges, explaining what the outside and inside edge meant. And even further progressions, I would have done some backwards 3 turns, some forward inside 3 turns, step forward crossover, so different variations of a 3 turn sequence. But those would be the next steps, to include more transition into programs as well. So that's it for the 3-turn sequence. I hope my videos were loud enough. I was really trying to yell, but it was hard in a session with the music and other coaches and skaters. One thing I wanted to point out about my evaluation video of the other Isla is when I watched it again, I didn't actually say you passed your Fiesta Tango. So I want to say that. I noticed right away I should have said congratulations, you passed, as opposed to just saying good job, you're done kind of thing. But yes, I think that is all. Thank you.